Hello, good evening. I know it's a very interesting day and time to go live. Okay, a very interesting date and time. Some of these things should not be done on this late. People are supposed to be sleeping and having a good time, dreaming about things. But here we are. So I will be joined shortly by Mr. Chipaku because this is something that involves him. So I'm going to be joined shortly by Mr. Chipaku. I'm going to let you share with as many people as possible that we are here. Okay, I'm going to let you share with as many people as possible because we have some adoptions to talk about. Okay, now it appears like this entire week is a week of adoptions. So we're going to talk about all these adoptions. I have the UPND list with me. Now, of course, you know that I have endorsed the UPND presidential candidate, Mr. Hakainde Hichilema, for president. That's what I have done. I'm saying that the people of Zambia should elect Hakainde Hichilema to be president of the republic. That one we have done, and I believe that the Zambians are going to do the right thing. The reason why we had to do it and do it so early is to leave no doubt about where our political preferences are and about what we believe is the solution to the problems that we have as a country. That's why we had to make the endorsement. We can't stand in the face anymore. What is that Not anymore. We know. And so because we know and we are sure, that's why it's very, why should we be pretending? What's that we at no critical solution somewhere? No. The solution is there. The Lord has decided to pay that. So why should we pretend as if we have no idea what is going on? So no, we are endorsing Mr. Hakainde Hichilema. I know there are several other good candidates. But kuchitako endorse umuntu wakubati nafipala kwati kuchawina. Mwamona. Tekweve mkuchita endorse at pantu yunamutemwa. No. You endorse someone first of all with the program. Secondly, uli mpepi no kuwina. No kupala kwefia kuwina. You know what I mean? Tetuive mkuchita endorse at you mkwa yupantu alalanda wino na mnakwata program. It's not just about the plan, right? It's also about the prospect of winning. Because at the end of the day, if none of these candidates in the elections pass the 50 mark, we are still going to go back and narrow it down to 2 candidates. So I'm just doing it well ahead of time. But let's be clear about this once and for all, so that Zambians are very clear about this is where we stand. For those that think we are not serious in terms of what we do as Facebook, at Facebook lawyers, Facebook politicians, Facebook what and what. No, we mean business, and so the little influence that we have, we don't claim. Ineshista claim na alikuwa atishafi influence ifikulu. No. Bantu muntu ngakutira influence yobe kanono akokena kwa kanono ni shekobe. You shouldn't overrate yourself. So I don't overrate myself. My own view of myself is very, very innocent and clear. That's why in this little small platform that we have, we've got to be honest and clear about where we stand. That no, because I'm just on Facebook, I'll leave it up to the people on the ground in Zambia to make their endorsements. No. Na inewe naka influence aka nono. You see, aka nono nangu kache pashani kobe. Regardless, even if it's small, it's still influence. So kayake muliamu ine muka nono tuachitamu endorse. Tuabikapo. Mr. Haga inde hichilema. Pantu, in a phenomena, he has the prospect of winning. That's very important. Secondly, he has a plan. Bali londolola no kutantika. Baichech bali tantika win. So we are waiting for Mr. Norman Chipakupako to join us because we have a list of UPND adopted candidates. Now, we are not going to go through the entire list. We are going to pick and choose which constituencies we are going to talk about. But we know that there's been a shocker in the PF nominations in Eastern Province. Okay? It's terrible. I don't even need to tell you anything because you already know what has happened in Eastern Province. And so, for those that are sleeping, they are going to miss out on this very important issues. Okay. All right. Now I'm going to post here and see how many are still awake. And if you are awake and you are ready to go, please join us. I know there is load shedding now, so some people are seeing us in the dark. And because of load shedding. Again, bari tukerenga okwebati load shedding ikapwa by 20 shani. In fact, it was 3 weeks. Now, load shedding is still there, confusion is still there, and that's why we are endorsing umuntu opuseneko. Okweteko different plans. Okwebati fintu fichtike wino. Yeah. That's why we are doing that. And so that is where our endorsement goes. Okay. The UPND have released the list. Very similar. You know, it's like these political parties. Pantu list yaba UPND. List yaba PF. Ngamwaya mwana. Yonzi ya mwene kakona kadimo. Bachira lundi kafie yama. You know, kapish. Noko bachira taipa. You know, both of them. Maybe it was a quick job. When they are adopting candidates, something very quickly via printer. In fact, some candidates, it's just the first name. Anyway, it's okay. No matter what, when political parties, we love you. So but please, if you go improve, the program which PF na dates, they are all over the place. Abantu first names instead of real names. How are you adopting people? Full names. By UPND na PF. Anyway, that's why if we to register those who come timbinga bateka ba HH and I'm printing yakapsana tukarako hata full list of candidates wino. But anyway, this is what we have. It's very late and I hope mwalala because already there are so many people in Zambia that are not sleeping, and it's not because of any reason. You know, some of them, they are waiting on adoptions. Some of them, they are waiting for their friends to be adopted. Some of them, they can't just sleep. So, if you have bad manners, a phone while you are sleeping. You know, the problem is that phone is not going to leave you alone to sleep. That's why if you have to watch anything today as you are sleeping, it's better you are listening to our broadcast today. That's why we came at this late hour, so that we save you from going into watching things if she were me. All right. So Mr. Chipakupaku will be joining me shortly, and so I'll get started with the list. Northwestern Province, Zambezi East, Brian Kambita. No typing be na bachira type na be na balufyanya. You know na bachita misspell it's pretty bad. If you are ngamlench to adopt ero mwalembeshin area madongo, I'm not going to like it. Write a name with respect. Put in some respect. Anyway, Zambezi East brand Kambita is one of the fire brands, and I think this is a very good adoption for UPND. Kabompo is empty, so it appears like there's been no adoption in Kabompo. I don't know what's going on there. Who knows? Okay. Maninga, Robert Lihefu. Kasempa, Brenda Tambatamba, very, very good choice, I think, for the people of Kasempa. Mushindano, Dr. Katakwe. That's the candidate for Mushindano. Mwinilunga, Newton Samakai, not surprising. Ikelengi, Elijah Mchima, not surprising for Elijah Mchima as well for Ikelengi. Chavuma, Victor Lumai, I also don't see any surprises there with Victor Lumai. And then Northern Province, Kaputa, Elvis Nkandu. Elvis Nkandu is one of the most influential people as far as markets are concerned in Zambia. He was at one time chair of the Zambia Association of Marketeers, not marketers, right? But marketeers, Bana Market. Elvis Nkandu played a huge role in that. And beginning from the Kaunda regime to from I think Chiluba regime, that's when he really brought together marketeers from around the country. So Elvis Nkandu has gone to Kaputa, and you need reminding that Kaputa is actually one of the places where Mama Nalumango, the vice president of the UPND, comes from. All right. So Kaputa, Elvis Nkandu, Mbala, Njavwa Simtowe, Chilubi, Stanlas Chele. It appears like Chele is being readopted there. Chembe, Songwebwele, Nchelenge, Teddy Chisha, Mambirima, Chileshe Mpunga, Kawambwa, Andrew Wiza Sindazi, Pambashe, Justin Kapema, Mansa Central, Alfred Mwape, Bahati, Kelvin Mukuka. This is a very interesting choice of Kelvin Mukuka for Bahati. Very interesting choice for Kelvin Mukuka. You see, some of you think that Facebook doesn't work. It works, right? Because Kelvin Mukuka, of course, is on the ground, but he started Usabaira on Facebook, isn't it? Yeah, anyway, that's a choice as well. And there is a very huge chance that in Bahati, Kelvin Mukuka might actually upset the unliked candidate that the PF have in Bahati. Chipiri, Stephen Mumba, and Mwense Victor Kateka. Now, I need to be very clear here already that my two constituencies that I consider home, be it Chiwempara in Chingola and in Milenge, UPND has not yet selected its candidate. Maybe Valendolera. In Binine, why in Komirenge, UPND, now Chingola. What do you think? I'm not a politician. Support the fear if you bunny, I'm not a politician. But anyway, it's quite interesting. Both Chingola and Milenge. If you want someone for Chingola and Milenge and you don't have anyone, please make sure that you phone us, contact us, and we will talk to you. Anyway, so Milenge and Chiwempala is not Chingola is not, they've not yet picked a candidate. I think in Chingola we do have very good candidates, and most of them are my friends, and so we wish them all the best. I'll not say much, but we wish them all the best in Chingola. Okay, once they give us the name for Chingola, I'll let you know. In Milenge as well, I think they're still working. I don't know why they've not sorted the Milenge thing in this first list. I wonder why the Milenge candidate should be controversial at this point. Southern Province, Mapatizia Imelda Munashabantu. Anyway, we'll go there. Miss Agasololo, I can see you are in your UPND beret. Here we don't allow party regalia. What do you think?
Yes, we are wearing our party regalia because that identifies who we are. Now that you've allowed us on the show, we are grateful.
Yes, please. So we are looking at the list of adopted candidates. Did you stand anywhere?
No, I didn't. Actually, I must say that we are very grateful with this selection. I must say that UPND, I would say this is the strongest the fielding we've done since inception, I must say. And we are very confident that we're actually going to scoop some seats, especially in Luapula. For the first time, we're going to scoop some seats there. We're pretty confident. You see,
do you know
and I know
why Milenge, why we don't have a candidate in Milenge as of now? Why we don't have? Why you don't have a candidate in Milenge?
No, I think it's a matter of
what's going on? Because
no, it's coming. It's coming. I think just give them a bit of the time. They're working very, very hard, and
yeah.
I can assure you that there will be candidates that will be fielded there. We've actually managed to field in all the 156 constituents.
All right. So why are you speaking? We have managed. Are you? What is your role in the UPND?
No, when I say we have managed, it's because we are in touch with everyone that is very much involved in the entire process. We may not be hands-on, but we are very much in touch with the people that are being tasked to find out what is supposed to be done. So we are very confident.
And so for you, your role is to just support the entire list. So you can't go and say that this one is a weak candidate, this one is a stronger candidate, right?
No. We can't do that, because you see what we did with when we selected the MNC, the management committee, national management committee, we selected people that we knew were capable of selecting the right people, the right candidates that we need. And also we have a lot of talent there. These are people that have gone to extremes to make sure that we field very strong candidates. The good thing that the UPN did this time around was, even with a person won the primaries and even all the elections that were held, there was still intelligence that was sent to the ground to verify that indeed these are strong candidates that brought back reports. So it was not a question of just saying, no, maybe, no, now bribe or they are just favoring a person. No, there was a second round of people that went to make sure that indeed the selected candidate is really strong on the ground.
All right, thank you. We'll bring you back if we have any question for you, okay? Because I know that you are limited because of your affiliation with the UPND. You are limited in the way you can talk about some things that are happening. I'm not too limited. So I'll bring you back, Kasololo. Please don't go anywhere. Mwanga, Youth Pan-Africanist. What do you have to say about the UPND list?
Actually, the UPND list is just fine. But what I must say is that I'm mostly concerned about the running mate for HH. Because when we try to look about Mutati, when we try to talk about Mutati was defected in the same alliance in 2016. And it disappointed HH. And I don't think so. He can make himself a good running mate for HH in forthcoming general election. I think
is that an issue? Bwanga, is that an issue? Is there an issue regarding the running mate? I don't think there should even be an issue. There should even be debates. There is no debate here. I think the running mate is Mrs. Mutale Nalumango. I don't think there is any other running mate. Do you think so?
Yeah. No, I don't think, because that's the issue that has been going on the ground, that they want to make Mutati to be the running mate, and the same alliance that they made. As for us people, we think that's not a good thing. As for Mutale Romango, means a lot to the party. She must be the running mate to HH, not this incoming, because HH must learn lessons from these other people who've tried to wake up behind the scene. So otherwise, he must maintain the same Romango, and the Wizards are grateful. What them in this?
Thank you. Now, in Southern Province. Have you looked at the list from Southern Province in Kwanga? So Monze is empty. Why do you think Monze is empty?
But for that, I have no clear much information.
Yeah, you have no opinion, eh?
Yeah,
okay.
Yeah.
All right, thank you. So as we can see, for Kalomo, Mapatizia, it's Emelda Munashabantu. Kalomo, they are still working on that. Monze, they are still working on that. I think the battle is between Miss Mazoka and Jack Mwimbu. I have no opinion between these two, so I'm going to let this slide. Okay, I would have an opinion, but under the circumstances, I'm going to let it slide. Whoever they pick between these two, that will be okay. All right. Okay. Now we have Mr. Chipakupaku, because Mr. Chipakupaku left me alone here, and I felt very lonely, and several other people felt very lonely. Now he's here, and so I'll give him a few moments to just settle down, and then we are going to look at this. But Mr. Gasololo, I don't want you to talk about Monze, because Monze is pretty hot.
Yes, it is.
Yeah. So and that's enough.
That's enough, yeah.
I would have also said something, but I will not. Okay, I will not say anything, because Monze is. But anyway, let's forget it.
Yes,
Mr. Chogopaku, do you need more time? Okay, I'll go back to Mr. Chogopaku later. The Monze is something. Do you know why we do not have any surprises in Mazabuka Central and Choma Central?
You see, what I can say to you is that the UPND this time round, the system has been extremely thorough. They've left no stones unturned. What I can tell the people, especially those that have been waiting patiently, is that to trust the processes that have been put in place. The UPND is very capable. The kind of team that has been assembled is extremely capable of selecting the right candidates.
The reason why we don't like politicians, it's Kasololo. Kasololo is a clear example of a typical politician, because he's not analyzing anything. He's just saying that the UPND did the right thing, the UPND did this and everything else. No, that one we said, Wakana. Because this show, right, is about facts, but kubika muno tumulomo. You know what I mean? You see, people will be watching this late. For you to come and tell us that you did a thorough job, we want to find out who was disappointed. We want to find out who did what to receive the option. That is what we want.
Wow, sorry for coming late, ladies and gentlemen. Good night, Chiwempala. This is a day of too much work and too much. Just a minute, let me just get my life right.
Okay, right. You see? Yes. So, this is what happened, Shan.
No, you see, there's no Utumulomo, you have plenty of that. You see, there are so many spinners that are going to come up with all sorts of things, especially the other camp. The other camp is going to come up with all sorts of reasons. Yeah. They are ready to come up with all those Tumulomo. You will have plenty of those Tumulomo from the other camp. What we can tell you are people who are in the thicket, us who are facing the fire, to say, okay, we've gone to great lengths to ensure that we have very good, strong candidates that are able to win us the elections come this August. That's as much as I can tell you.
Self-proclaimed NDC member, I'm hoping that there will be NDC members on this list who are part of the alliance.
Yes, of course. Like, for instance,
anything without considering NDC to Kapsana San.
Not Salakaleba Chisha for Ron, for instance.
All right, for Ron.
Yes, we've got Chisha.
Okay, thank you, Bakasololo. We'll come back to you. I mean, General Chipakupaku.
Good evening, Chiwempala. I'm sorry, the lighting system is not good tonight, but and sorry for coming late.
As long as they can see you, they don't mind, because Concefier lighting system is tough everywhere. It's not just in Scotland.
Well, we've had a thunder. It doesn't mean that we've had a power cut. We don't have power cuts here. But
load shedding?
No load shedding. I've never experienced. I've been here for 20 plus years. I've never experienced any load shedding for more than 1 minute.
Okay. Areni, Lete Niliash. I looked at Northwestern Province, UPND. Now, I know that we can't go on to every list. I want to ask you, what is going on with Monze? Why haven't they announced Monze?
Monze is going to be very, very tough. And I think the National Management Committee has to make a decision because of the candidates involved. I'm not going to mention the names here, but I think the National Management Committee has to make a decision. And the other thing I can say is that, remember, we are forming government after the 12th. So we've got a lot of options which we have. So we have to start thinking about some of the options for the government. So I think that is one of the reasons why Monze is still being decided. One of the candidates there has been there for some time. Very, very useful person, very skilled, very key player. But they have to make a decision which will satisfy everybody in Monze, and I'm sure they'll do that. But the most important message is that we are forming government. So the National Management Committee will think of the other options which are available when putting the whole cabinet in August. So I think that's that is what is delaying the Monze.
What do the people think? I want to find out, what do the people think about Monze? I'm asking you, Mwewanandi, please tell me, between Jack, because it's between Mwimbu and Mazoka. So what are the people thinking? If you were to advise the NMC people, you tell me, who are you going to choose? I'll be scrolling down and reading the names that you are going for. Okay. Yeah. So anyway.
While we're waiting for that, for their comments, because I think for me, that's the comment I can make. Why don't you pick from night? What if
you did
the UPND adoption?
No, you are breaking.
Hello?
We can't get you. Yes, what did you say?
I'm not sure. I was saying, why can't we pick up from where we left from last night, and then go through the provinces by province for UPND?
All right. Okay. So I already started with Northwestern. If that is what you want, I've already started with Northwestern, UPND, right? And so there is Zambezi East. Kabompo is empty. I think they're still working on that. Maninga, Kasempa, Mshindano, Mwinilunga, Ikelengi, Chavuma. Okay, let's take the province, Northwestern Province. What's your take on that?
Northwestern Province, there will be no major change. I think there will be very few new faces there. I think the big guns have been left because they're very, very popular. But there will be a few new faces in Northwestern Province. I think the big popular MPs, they've all been maintained, and they will all, because they're very, very they're needed in Northwestern Province. So I think there are one or two new people there, according to my list.
Okay, I can see that. So who is the new person here? I know Brian Kambita, very, very astute guy, very upfront. Brenda Tambatamba, Elijah Muchima. Yeah. And Muchindano, Dr. Katakwe. Who is Dr. Katakwe? Do you know him?
I think this is one new candidate. I think,
right.
If I'm not sure. Yeah. I think the biggest disappointment in Northwestern Province must be Tenta Mashimba. I think a lot of people were supporting her. So I know some people might be very disappointed about that.
Where in Solwezi?
In Solwezi, yeah.
Okay.
But for me, as a member of UPND, I think I'm very happy with the team because they've got very, very experienced and popular MPs there. And
right.
If they're bringing in new candidates, these are candidates who are well respected. I might not know some of them personally.
Who's been picked for Solwezi?
Solwezi, let me go through my records here. The information I have is that
it's not there.
The lists are coming in slowly. Northwestern Province and Solwezi.
Right. Okay, we'll move on. And you see, this is what I was talking about, Paco, because political parties need to do a better job. You see, this list that they've released looks full of spelling errors. It looks like I don't know what program they were using to type it, and so this is unacceptable. Both PF and UPND, unless it was a very quick job here, that's fine. But this is not acceptable. Anyway,
I don't have the Solwezi name. Yeah. Because I think there are a lot of gaps there which need to be filled in. I suspect it's because of the alliance considerations for the alliance candidates. But I know that, as you said, Brenda Tambatamba is Kasempa, and Dr. Katakwe is Mshindano, Winirunga is Newton Samakai, and Ikelengi we've got Mchima there, and Victor Lumai. Chavuma. So the gaps are the ones which are coming, which have not been filled.
For Solwezi Central.
I've not got that list. I've got that. I haven't got that name.
Okay, Northwestern, we are done. What about Copper Belt?
Copper Belt. I've got the list here. The information which I have for Copper Belt. The problem is that just too many lists, too many names, and this.
Right. Okay. Yeah. So at least for Copper Belt, we know that Chingola has not yet been picked. So I'm wondering whether they are waiting for me or not. What do you think? No.
Well, they could be waiting for you. What I can only confirm is that Ron will have picked our colleague from NDC. The incumbent MP, what's his Chishala?
They need to pick NDC. But anyway, I'll leave it up to UPND Alliance to sort that thing out. But if my friend gets picked, that would be good because that's NDC. I'm advocating for my friend because I know that he's a good guy.
But for Ron, definitely Chishala has been picked.
All right. Okay.
Yeah.
So at least Copper Belt, we are very sure of where? Of Kamfinsa, Ron. Where else?
We are very sure of Ndola Central as well. Our colleague, the lawyer, Tayali.
Okay. Right. That's wonderful. And now, when we go to Central Province, we have
Central Province, I think the most interesting one for me was Tapson Kunda, Mkushi North. The guy was injured a few weeks ago.
Right.
And the other one I can confirm for Central Province is Chato in Bwacha.
Right. Yeah, that's a good candidate. I think that could be an easy pickup for the UPND.
Yeah, that's a very, very good candidate. We also got a good candidate for Cabo Central, where I'm going to campaign against Tutwangulu. So that we have a good candidate there.
Do we have a candidate for Cabo Central?
Yes, we have a candidate for Cabo Central. I think it's a lady.
Okay.
The rest, Mumbwa is still the former MP to be former MP tomorrow because parliament is being dissolved.
Right.
And Musune, Princess Musune, is still standing in Kembe, and the strong MPs are still standing in Central Province. But Thompson Kunda is a good one. Who has just come through.
What was the issue with Thompson Kunda and that injury? What was that about? Because I don't understand. I don't follow him very closely, but what was that about? Do you know?
Thompson Kunda was injured. He was shot at. It's believed that he was shot at using a taser, and he got injured. In fact, I spoke to him this afternoon. He was just traveling from Lusaka. He was he had gone for his review. So it's going to look very interesting, but he's got injury. And right. Yeah, so we've got Chato there and Thompson and Kasune, and there's a General Chungu. I'm not sure that's Chungu because the spellings are not correct, as you are saying. And then Kapirimposhi is still our colleague. The MP.
Very good choice,
right? Very, very popular indeed. Yeah.
All right.
And for Central Province, what is also interesting is the mayor for Kabwe, a very popular Muzungu Kabwe boy, Gary Domingo.
All right. So didn't he want to be an MP? Was he running for mayor or MP?
He was running as mayor. He's got it as mayor.
All right. Okay. Yeah. Congrats to him. And so you think that Kabwe can go to UPND?
I'm very pretty sure that Kabwe mayor and MP Central will go to, and then we've got Jairo Simbe in the Central Province. Yeah. So those are the names I got from Central Province. It looks like okay. Newton Ingun is coming in. I'm not sure as a mayor somewhere in Central Province.
Newton Inguni?
Yes.
Newton Inguni from Bika?
Former minister, yeah. Former deputy minister.
Has he left Chamanoth? I thought that's where he lives.
Yeah, I thought so, but I think he's coming somewhere, going up as either mayor or council chairperson. I'm not sure.
Oh, interesting. Okay. So that was Northwestern and Central. Luapula. Another thing, what I'm noticing here is that my homes are all empty as at today, which is not very good. Chingola, no candidate for UPND. And so is Milenge. Milenge has been omitted on this list. I don't know why. Do you know any background information about what's going on in Milenge?
Do you have the whole list?
No, I don't have the whole list, but at least the list that have been circulated so far, Milenge is omitted. It's not even, some constituencies, there is a constituency and then it's left blank. And then there's some constituencies that are just not on the list.
Yeah, I think my take out of that, especially for the northern provinces, is that because of the alliance, there could be some negotiations going on. That's what I think. But
negotiations in Milenge, negotiations with which one? Anyway,
well, I'm not sure because we don't have a name. That's what I suspect.
All right. So for Chembe, Songwebwele, Teddy Chisha, Mambilima, Chileshe Mpunga, Kawambwa, Andrew Sindazi, Pambashe, Justin Kapema, Mansa Central, Alfred Mwape, Bahati, Kelvin Mukuka. I think the one that stands out for me is Kelvin Mukuka.
Kelvin Mukuka, that's the controversial young man.
He's quite controversial. So how did the party pick him?
He is very popular. I hear is very, very popular in his constituency, and okay. He's very, very popular. Then we have got in Challenger, we've got Teddy Chisha, and in Mambilima we have Chileshe Mpanga, Kawambwa Andrew Isas Sindazi, Pambashi Justin Kapema, and Mansa Central Alfred Mwape, Bahati the young man Kelvin Mukuka, and Samfia Pius Chileshe, And Chipili, we have Stephen Mumba. Mwense, we have got Victor Kateka.
All right, yeah. Nothing stands out there for me. Wishing them all the best. Okay. Southern Province, of course, we spoke about the hottest one, which is Monze, but I know that both Mwetwa and Nkombo have maintained their seats, which is pretty good. It should follow that if Mwetwa and Nkombo have maintained their seats, then Jack Mwimbu must also maintain his seat.
Well, anyway, I'll reserve my comment because Jack is my friend, so I'll reserve my comment on that.
Okay, you know what? Let's just deal with it. This is going to be a complicated thing. How do you just abandon Jack Mwimbu?
My view, whatever way, Jack Mwimbu will be in the new government. Remember, let's
stop at counting chickens before they hatch. We're talking about nominations here. I don't see a situation. I don't think it's even debatable, because what wrong has Jack Mwimbu done to the people of Monze or to the party?
It's not a matter of something wrong. At times, Musha, in politics, you have got to be very strategic. You have got to be very, very strategic. I'm just saying to you, you are the lawyer. The Constitution allows the president to nominate 8 MPs. You never know. That could be the option. Because...
No, that theory, for me, that theory does not work. The reason is, if that were the strategy, this first list of names would have clarified Monze.
Well, so no, you never know. You never know the constituency was split, so they are trying to find a way of resolving it. That could be it. You never know. So for us to say the not announcing Jack's name means that he has done something wrong, I think that is not correct.
No, but at least it does not adopt. Look, why didn't the Patriotic Front? We have issues in the Eastern Province. They did not adopt Vincent Mwale. We have to ask to say, Nisha Rufienye, Vincent Mwale, Pakukana Mutstado. That's normal. If the UPND does not adopt Jack Mwimbu, ever took a pshana if what happened? But I know the kind of opposition. He's against a very strong candidate.
I think I've made it very, very clear that there are 2 powerful candidates here. And let's also not to forget that the other candidate is the daughter of the founding member. So member of the party, the founding father of the party. So we have to be very, very careful how we deal with that. I think that's what they're dealing with. And so meaning that they don't announce his name first doesn't mean that there's something wrong which he has done. But coming to Eastern Province, I think you know why Vincent has been dropped. He was MMD, and he was not violent enough, and he doesn't insult.
Yeah, this is serious. So the more violent you are, the more likely you're going to be picked. Who knew?
That's the yardstick for PF. The more violent you are, the more you insult, and the more you steal, then you qualify.
All right, I think once Monze is decided, we've got to come back and talk about it, because
I can assure you it's going to be decided, because we are preparing for the filing in of the president very soon. So the preparations are on. I can tell you by tomorrow the decision will be made.
All right, Northern Province, Elvis Nkandu. I thought that's a very good choice.
Elvis Nkandu is a very, very good choice. He is a good campaigner. He knows what he's talking about, and I just love his style. I've personally sent a message to him to congratulate him, because I think he will make a good MP.
Okay. Back to Southern Province. Why can't they just remove one of the other candidates and take Mutinta to one of the... it doesn't work?
No, it won't work. I think they will have to make a decision. They will have to make a decision today, and probably tomorrow come up with a decision. But whatever it is, they will have to make a decision. But the issue here is that we don't want to split our vote. That's a fact. We don't want to do that.
All right. In which constituency is Mrs. Mazoka, the Mrs. Mazoka, the founder? Katombora?
She was Katombola. I'm not sure, Munsha. I need to clarify that. I'm not sure whether I'm not sure whether she's standing, but I'll have to clarify that. I'll have to take note of that and find out.
So then we move on. We've already done cover belt. Western Province. What's going on in Western Province?
I think is it the other new candidate is our Deputy SG. Remember, he's been adopted as well.
That's Lubansenshi?
Yeah, Lubansenshi, Patrick Mcheleka there.
Yeah, any chance there?
Oh, yes, he's a very, very popular person. Right. And Lunte Chasaya. And so we have a good number of candidates in the north. And I think for me, the decision to take Patrick back and the decision to adopt Elvis was a good decision. The rest of the candidates, some of them I don't know, but the ones I'm mentioning here are people I know personally. Good people. Yeah.
Okay. Western Province. For Western Province, my eyes are on Nalikwanda.
No.
Which is
I knew you were going to say Nalikwanda. The Nalikwanda decision has not been made. I believe it's going to be made tomorrow. Okay. But we have got two very strong candidates there, young men. One of them was actually born in Nalikwanda, educated in Nalikwanda, so it's going to be a very interesting one.
All right. Mongu Central.
Mongu Central are not announced as well. But the information I have is that there are two good candidates. So I think tomorrow they should be filling Mongu Central. I mean, Mongu Central.
So most likely going to Milupi?
I cannot comment about that. But I wouldn't be surprised because we have to make sure that we bring in everybody. And whether that is going to happen, let's wait and see.
All right. Okay. So that's Western Province. I would personally like to see Peterson Zagaze adopted for Nalikwanda so that he becomes a member of parliament.
Peterson is a candidate and is one of the strong candidates in Nalikwanda. And I know Peterson, so my comment would be, I wish him the best. But remember that there are two other, there's another very strong candidate as well.
All right. Okay. Now, Kasololo, Mr. Norman Chipakupaku is indeed a member of the UPND, but he's also he's a member, but he's also a critic of the UPND. But you are thoroughly politician. What do you think about our discussion so far? Do you also want my friend Peterson Zagaze to be a candidate in Nalikwanda? Or your comments is reserved? Or you're going to give me the political language? We don't like that.
No, actually, I followed Peterson for quite a while. Right. I can concur with what the general has said here. Right. Mr. Norman Chipakupaku, to just say, look, we just wish him all the best, to be honest with you. I can't take a stand to say Peterson must take it by all means. No, I can't say that. I can only wish him the best because there are all sorts of other matters that have to be considered, even issues that we may not be even be privy to that are happening in the background. So what I do know is that by the time the party takes a decision, the decision will be solid. The decision will be the right one.
Oh no!
Whatever happens,
the decision will be solid. The decision will be the right one.
No, what I'm saying, Musha, is that I'm a member of UPND. At the same time, I'm very, very, very pragmatic. And I'm also very, I always try and give I've got a critical eye for some of these things from my experience
Right.
in politics as well. Nalikwanda, we must win. And for us to win Nalikwanda, we need a good candidate.
And Mwandi?
Mwandi, we've got a candidate, and we've got a candidate, and from the information which I've got in Mwandi, the PF candidate will face an uphill battle because there are a lot of issues in Mwandi. One of them is a serious shortage of drugs in Mwandi, a serious problem which will cost the PF candidate a big blow. So I don't see they can bring as much money as they want in Mwandi. I don't see them winning Mwandi.
All right. Okay. Now, what about Eastern Province? You like the choices?
Eastern Province. What is hanging at the moment is Chipata Central.
All right.
And my information, which I have in Chipata Central, is that there's some discussion going on because PF has fielded Jere.
All right.
Jere is the brother to Dixon Jere, and is related to the paramount chief. But the information,
right? Oh, yeah, the ruling clan
the ruling clan, yeah. So, but the information I have is that Jere people are saying no because he's never lived in Chipata. So they're looking for a local candidate, and they're looking for somebody who can beat PF because people have made up their mind. Just 10 minutes before I came up on air, I had somebody from Chipata saying, please, please, please give us a good candidate. We don't want Jerry. So that is Chipata. But the rest of the candidates, I hope you have got a list. Can I mention some of them?
Yes. Yeah. We are very few.
Let's go to Sinda. Sinda, we've got our Levi Ngoma there, the former MP and chairman of agriculture.
Right.
The most interesting one is Petauke Central. My good friend Samson Piri, who was working in Nairobi, and he has been working hard over Petauke Central for months and for years now, has been adopted for Petauke Central, and I hope our audience is aware that PF is playing games. We've got a list of their candidates, but they're saying no, these are not the candidates.
Where? For Eastern Province?
For Eastern Province, yeah. According to the
list
information
that they released, it's not. They are rejecting it.
They're rejecting it. They're playing games. They're trying to play hide and seek. Why? Because they've got a problem in Chipangali. They've got a problem in Petauke. People are here. They want to demonstrate, and JJ wants to stand as an independent. They've got a problem in Chipata Central. They've got a problem in Lundazi, Lumezi, where Munia lost, and Munia wants to stand as independent. They've got a problem again in another constituency where Chanoda Ngwira wanted to stand.
Okay.
So they announced these candidates. Then there's a big fire, big storm. They're saying, no, it's not true. We have not made up this decision. It's true. I know that it's true because one of their MPs who has been dropped talked to me this afternoon. He told me it's true.
All right.
I'm not going to mention this person's name because they might have.
There are several ministers that have been dropped. Charles Banda being one of them.
Yeah,
Gosh.
Charles Banda has been dropped. My old friend Peter Banda has been Peter Daka has been dropped in Msanzara.
Right. So then what were they doing? What is PF trying to because you see, if it is consistent, you can give them a benefit of doubt that they are consistently getting rid of the old guards. But that's not the case. They maintained Chitaruchirufya in Mansa, but they removed Charles Banda in Chipata, in Eastern Province. It does not make sense. If you are saying that you're getting rid of the corrupt and you are bringing in new blood, then why do you remove Charles Banda, who I think is not very up there, but he's a good guy in my opinion. Charles is your friend, so
Charles,
you don't want me calling your friends. You don't
Charles
want me speaking.
Sorry.
You don't want me speaking of your friends. Yeah.
Charles Banda was my student at National Service.
Right. So Charles Banda. So I don't think he's not been implicated in any corruption. Does he give out handouts? He does, eh?
Well, the reports we have is that he had queues and queues of people last week. He was giving out handouts as well. So that's the information we have. I think that's his one. Which constituency is that? Is that somewhere very near Sinda? Kapoche. I think it's Kapoche. Yeah.
So they've dropped him there. It's okay. So Eastern Province, the PF is saying no, they've not made a decision.
They've just issued a statement to say they've not made a decision. The reason is there's a big fire over Vincent Male because of this provincial chairperson who has just been who they have adopted, who's not popular on the ground.
Right.
But PF are insisting because this guy is being used by the corrupt PF group, and then you've got Charles Banda who just been dropped. The reasons are not very, very clear, and then you've got Peter Daka. I was with Peter Daka in UNIP,
right,
in Msanzara. So Peter Daka is an old hand.
Is Peter Daka old? Is he an old guy?
Peter Daka is old. Is an old guy. Peter Daka is I think he's my age mate, if not slightly younger than me.
And you are old, General. Please, Mirai Bika Pabakote. Imamli Baiche.
No, I'm old, Musha. Your audience should know that I'm old. If you're over 60, you're old. I'm over 60, so have respect. So Peter Daka was with me in UNIP. We knew each other. He was a minister under I think he was a minister under Levi Mwanawasa.
Right.
I'm not sure whether it was minister under RB, but they've dropped him in Msanzara. But he has been there for a long, long time. And so Eastern Province, I think PF is going to face a big uproar. The issue here is if they adopt Dora, JJ has said he's going to stand as an independent.
All right. There is also the issue of the constitutional provision at the moment that will require a big fight. In my opinion, I think because it's 2 months, you have to not be a member of a political party 2 months before the date of the election. A very complicating provision in the constitution. We are going to fight over it again.
Yeah, that will bring more complications before the filing date.
Right. Yeah. But I think if you are a member of UPND today, you can stand as an independent. But if you're a member of PF2, I think you can still stand as an independent because the provision of the law is very clear. We just must ignore it. I don't think it's going to factor in. We have 2 minutes. Who is the running mate?
The running mate is going to be announced on the 17th when HH files in, but it's a done conclusion. It's very, very clear that UPND needs a loyal running mate. We learned a big lesson from GBM. Those who are expecting us to make the same mistake we made.
Yes, okay.
Those who are expecting us to make the same mistake which we made with GBM is not going to happen this time.
All right.
I would say that we'll wait for the official announcement. That's what I would say. I've heard General's opinion. I'd say let's wait for the official announcement.
There is some feedback, Musha. I'm not sure where it's coming from, Kasororo or somewhere.
I think it's coming from Strong Chingu.
Yeah,
Strong Chingu.
But we hear somebody's being lined up for vice president, a running mate of PF.
Somebody, no, I don't think there is any who can be lined up for PF. Who do you think
Inonge is not going to be the running mate. So
No.
there's a very big argument between one powerful lady from the north, of course not Nawakwi because she has embarrassed them, and the controversial Dr. Bonanza. So there are two issues here, and Dr. Bonanza is still.
Dr. Bonanza cannot be the running mate, please. Dr. Bonanza can never be the running mate to Edgar Lungu.
Well, he's being lined up. He's got enough money. He can buy his way through.
So does it mean CK misses out again?
CK is no chance. He's got too many cases.
Kasolo, you just had to go there. You know, you can't just let this slide. You just had to go on CK.
No, CK can forget it. He is not even being considered because they don't even trust him anymore.
I think for me, to make the prediction, UPND is going to pick Madam Tarina Lumango as running mate. That's my prediction.
I've not said that.
My prediction.
Your prediction, okay.
My prediction. I'm not putting you in this. For me, Lumango and Inonge winner for President Lungu.
Yeah, for me, VP Boy Inonge is going to be retired, and she's going to remain vice president of the party, and she's not standing. The number of reasons. They are getting a lady from the north, if not Dr. Bonanza.
No.
Well,
Kasololo, what do you think?
It's Dr. Bonanza?
Yeah. I think it's
corruption from the Ministry of Health. How then does he make it to become a running mate? No.
I think the issue is the disturbances that, or can I say the inroads that the UPND has made in Luapula, Northern, and So the idea is the PF is trying to see how can we put a stop to this, because the votes for the PF came from Luapula, Muchinga, and Northern. That's where the majority of the votes came from. Now, right. They've seen they cannot ignore the popularity of people like, for instance, Kelvin Mukuka. They can't ignore that. Right. So the PF is trying to see how do I solidify. And the other thing which General didn't touch on is the two camps within the PF, the so-called Luapula United.
That one I know yes. About the Luapula United. And which one? And which other camp?
The Luapula United and those from the MMD camp. You see, those two warring factions. You know, I will not say much, but some people hint that it could be possible that Tayali could be from either of those camps. You see, and maybe even made him say what he said. It's just rumored. Now the issue is that. Wyatt Galungu has to try as much as possible to solidify that base in the northern region.
Now, Trisha is just saying that what it means by bonanza is actually Joe Malanji. Did you mean Joe Malanji or Chitarushiruki?
No, I mean Dr. Bonanza. There's only one Dr. Bonanza. The other one is Dr. Helicopter. So let's differentiate these people.
Now remember, the so-called Dr. Bonanza came with a horde of chiefs when he was when he had his case being tried. Those horde of chiefs shook the what can I say, the leadership. It showed his power base, so to say, or his trump card, so to say. He's not somebody to ignore or sideline. He has got that solid base with all those chiefs that came with him when he was being tried.
Scandal, stealing COVID money, general disorganization. fired for all these reasons, I would be surprised if he's even being considered to be the running man. Completely.
Munsha, he's got the money. He's got the money. So he's able to, he's got the firepower and he's got the chiefs behind him. So anything can happen. And let me say this. The Copper Belt is gone. Lusaka is gone. The Lungu has no power base now. The only thing he can do is to go with the northern region and the chiefs who are supporting him. That's all. There's no other power base.
Why can't they consider a decent guy like Nixon Chilangwa?
Probably he's not on the list. The list has got a lady from the north who's powerful, who has got a name which can resonate with the north, and but Dr. Bonanza.
You see, once the chiefs are in your pocket, so to say, or the chiefs back you, they'll pay a blind eye to all the sorts of atrocities or corrupt deals that you may have done or committed. They'll just say, no, this is the person we want.
I'm just responding to some comments. Both Dr. Taluchilufia and Jomalani are known as Bonanza because they give a lot of money to people. Now,
they're known as both Bonanza.
Here that you, General, you have a new nickname for Joe Malanji, which is Dr. Helicopter. And people are very excited at that. Anyway, we've got to end here and remind all of our viewers to send us stars because TV Bakwetu survives through the stars that they send. Thank you, Kasololo, for your political perspective.
Thank you. Thank you for inviting me.
Yeah, thank you.
Before we go, Munsha.
Right.
I know that this young man, Tayali, is a pain at the wrong place. I still believe he has got his rights. They should either charge him or release him. That's my view.
So I'm joining General Chipakupaku here in calling for the Zambian authorities to immediately release Mr. Chilufya Tayali.
Or charge him, any of the two, because, you know, I know he's a pain on the wrong side. Sorry to use this word. But he, as a matter of principle, I personally believe that he should be given his rights.
Right.
He has to be charged or he has to be released. One of those two. We cannot have double standards. No. That one I stand that he should be charged, just like they should charge, if they want to charge Mubita, or release him. And for Mubita, I can even say he's innocent because I've listened to that video. I know what happened. So for Tayali, they must recharge him or release him tomorrow.
It is quite worrying. And this is what we've been saying, that the reason why the police misbehave, it's because of the person in State House. He has no standards. He has no decency. He's misbehaving in State House. That is the reason why the police can misbehave and arrest people arbitrarily without charging them. There is no reason why the police should hold on to a person in their filthy cells for days and say that they can't charge them because they are investigating. That is unacceptable.
Yeah.
We cannot begin normalizing that behavior.
No.
When the police do that, they are contravening the Constitution and common sense.
Completely. It's like we are a police state, Munsha. I'm sorry to say that. It's like we're a police. You cannot detain somebody and then start investigating.
No.
You have to investigate first.
No. And for what offense exactly? The offense of insulting. How do you justify detaining a person and saying that now we are investigating the offense of insulting? That does not make sense. What is it that you have to hold on to somebody's liberties? And then you say that you are investigating. This is unacceptable, honestly. And I think you and I have been trying to steer Mr. Chilufya Tayali to the good side.
Yes.
Because in the past, he has justified such detentions. He has justified detentions of people that were locked up, be it Kambwili or any of these people. And what we were saying was, when we are fighting for rights for Zambians, it's because tomorrow it could be you.
Exactly. I've been getting messages the whole afternoon when I started saying, look, charge this young man or release him. People are saying, no, let him test his own medicine. No, as a matter of principle, I can't accept that.
I agree.
He's a nasty little, I don't know, this is a good program. I don't want to use bad words, you know, but he's a Zambian.
Use your language. This is your program, General.
He's a nasty little twit, okay? But he's a Zambian. He is entitled to his constitutional rights. Right. So I know he's nasty, but he's a Zambian. The way I'm fighting for every Zambian, it's the same thing with Tayari. He has got his rights.
Right.
Those rights must be respected.
It's true. I agree. Thank you very much, General. We'll come back maybe tomorrow or the next day as more names are released.
We are coming back tomorrow or more, or as things come in, especially Eastern Province, is going to be very interesting. I think we've got the dates for the nomination for HH. I think I'll update our audience tomorrow.
It's Friday.
And then we've got the other issue is I don't know what you think about it is a threat that there will be no rallies.
I think they were just saying it in passing, and then they caught it as a. I don't think that's what ECZ said. Sorry.
Okay. Because I didn't listen to the statement.
There was just somebody quick who, I think it was QTV or whatever TV it is, who quickly typed things that they did not understand.
Okay.
If you and then typed very quickly. I don't think ECZ has issued such a guideline. Of course, ECZ can say things like, let's avoid rallies. That's okay.
Well, that's a guideline. That's a guidance. I didn't listen to their statement, so I didn't know. What I saw was the headline that there will be no rallies. And
I think that's 40. I think that's 40. Right now, the guidelines are that we should avoid big gatherings. And so that it was a general thing like that, but it's not that they are going to ban HH, for example, from having rallies. No, I don't think so.
Yeah. Finally, let's look out for the arrest of HH, as they said on Thursday.
They're not going to arrest HH. Stop bringing umwenso and instability. No,
I'm not afraid, Munsha. I'm just trying to remind those who are thinking, who are dreaming. Let them try.
They can't. Mudiroyo ninkondo. Ninkondo. They can't do that. Okay. Thank you very much. And so we've got to end here. We'll see you tomorrow, General. Please don't be late tomorrow.
No, I won't be late tomorrow, Munsha. I'm sorry, it was too much work, and I thought probably there was too much to do with it, and I'm sorry, I won't be late.
No, I do understand. Me too. I had several things to do, so gosh.
Good night.
We are sacrificing a lot to be on TV. We are sacrificing a lot.
Exactly.
Thank you. All right. Goodbye, General. Good night.
Good night, Shawem.
Thank you very much. Good night, everyone. Thank you for joining me today. We came a little bit later today, but please have a good night so that I shouldn't be lead myself into serious complications. Because all these are complicated things. So, send us stars. Give us some feedback. We thank you for the feedback you are giving us, but tell us a little bit more, and we'll see you tomorrow. God bless you, and God bless our country. This has been TV Bakwetu. My name is Elias Munsha, signing off from Calgary, Alberta, at our office. Thank you.